Hello dear learners, today we are going to talk about the MCQs from pharmaceutical chemistry from the chapter analgesics and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. The first question from the analgesics and NSAIDs is, the analgesic decreases the pain by acting on. Analgesics, so according to the definition of analgesics, analgesics are the drugs which are responsible for reducing the pain. But how they act, whether they act on the CNS, whether they act on the PNS, whether they act on the ANS, and what is the mechanism of action. So according to the definition, analgesics are responsible for decreasing the pain by acting on CNS or peripherally without altering the consciousness. So the options are CNS or peripherally without altering consciousness. Yes, it is correct. Hypothalamus, no, analgesics don't act on hypothalamus. CNS by altering consciousness. Hypothalamus is action is shown by specifically paracetamol. Then CNS by altering consciousness. No, it don't alters consciousness. Hypothalamus without altering consciousness, no. It is to be dealt with the CNS and periphery. So analgesics decrease the pain by acting on CNS or peripherally without altering the consciousness. Next question is, antipyretics reduce the temperature by acting on. Now just now we discussed antipyretics acts on hypothalamus. That too, they also don't alter the consciousness, and they are nothing to do with the consciousness at all. Actually, consciousness relation won't come into antipyretics. The options are CNS or peripherally without altering consciousness. These are analgesics. Hypothalamus by altering consciousness, it is consciousness is not taken into consideration. CNS, no, by altering consciousness. Hypothalamus without altering consciousness. The correct answer is, it is antipyretics acts on hypothalamus and there is no concern of consciousness. Next question is, aspirin is also known as dash. Whether it is known as citric acid, whether it is known as acetyl salicylic acid, whether it is known as acetic acid, or none of them, the aspirin is also known as acetyl salicylic acid. Since the structure, if you will see, aspirin is a salicylic acid derivative and which contains acetyl functional group. That means this hydroxy hydrogen will be replaced by acetyl group OCH3 and it will give you acetyl salicylic acid. So the correct answer is, it is acetyl salicylic acid. Aspirin is also known as acetyl salicylic acid. Next question is, 2-acetoxy benzoic acid is. Now 2-acetoxy, acetyl group, and this structure benzoic acid is benzene ring and COOH. When on the subsequent carbon hydroxy will be attached, it is known as salicylic acid. So 2-acetoxy benzoic acid is also again an aspirin. Aspirin is also known as acetyl salicylic acid. So the correct answer is, it is both of them. Next question is, aspirin on hydrolysis gives dash. Since aspirin, as you all know, it is acetyl salicylic acid. That means derivative of salicylic acid which contains acetyl. So on hydrolysis, whether it will give salicylic acid and acetic acid, salicylic acid and malic acid, only salicylic acid, or none of them, the correct answer is, it is salicylic acid and acetic acid, since it is a acetyl derivative of salicylic acid. Next question is, aspirin is used as dash. Whether it is used as analgesic, that means decreasing the pain, whether it is used as anti-rheumatic, that means in treatment of inflammation of joints or immobility of joints, that is rheumatoid arthritis and all conditions. Then it can be used as anti-inflammatory. Yes, it can be used as anti-inflammatory since it is responsible for decreasing the inflammation. Or all of them, the correct answer is, it is all of them. It is having analgesic effect, anti-rheumatic effect, anti-inflammatory effect, antipyretic effect. It is also having antiplatelet effect. prevents the formation of thrombosis, that is clotting. Then also having antifungal and antiseptic properties, etc. Next question is para-hydroxyacetanilide is, now it is acetanilide. Acetanilide derivative is paracetamol, and at para position hydroxy, the options are whether it is paracetamol, whether it is acetaminophen, whether it is both of them or none of them. The correct answer is it is both of them, because paracetamol is also known as acetaminophen. Next question is preferential COX-2 inhibitor is. Now again, the preferential COX-2 inhibitor will have to go into the classification of NSAIDs. So NSAIDs are first basically classified into first acid derivatives. It is having six subclasses such as salicylic acid, indole acetic acid, propionic acid, anthranilic acid, etc. And when it comes to preferential COX-2 inhibitor, it comes under the class COX-2 inhibitors. In COX-2 inhibitors, there are two classes: preferential COX-2 inhibitor and selective COX-2 inhibitor. The preferential COX-2 inhibitor includes diclofenac, nimesulide, aceclofenac. So the options are piroxicam, diclofenac, rofecoxib, aspirin. So amongst the examples, diclofenac is the correct answer. It is preferential COX-2 inhibitor. That means preferentially it will inhibit only COX-2, that is cyclooxygenase enzyme 2. Next question is phenyl acetic acid derivative is. Which amongst these is a phenyl acetic acid derivative? So as per the classification, the phenyl acetic acid derivative amongst these is, the first option is ibuprofen, paracetamol, diclofenac, phenacetin. Now if you will consider the ibuprofen, it is propionic acid derivative. When it comes to paracetamol, it is acetanilide derivative. When it comes to phenacetin also don't contain phenyl acetic acid. Phenacetin is para-aminophenol derivative, and the remaining is diclofenac, which is the correct answer, which is phenyl acetic acid derivative. Next question is Crocin brand name is owned by whom? Crocin, which is the combination of paracetamol and caffeine, is owned by, whether it is by Pfizer, Glenmark, Cipla or GlaxoSmithKline. It is by GlaxoSmithKline. So correct answer is GlaxoSmithKline. Next question is Ecosprin is the brand name of. Now Ecosprin, whether it is the brand name of spironolactone, paracetamol, aspirin or salicylic acid, Ecosprin is the brand name of aspirin. Next question is selective COX-2 inhibitor is. Now in previous 2-3 questions, before 2-3 questions we have seen preferential COX-2 inhibitors and selective COX-2 inhibitor. So according to the classification, COX-2 inhibitors are preferential and selective. So selective COX-2 inhibitors are examples are celecoxib, rofecoxib, etc. And the options are paracetamol, celecoxib, aspirin, diclofenac. The correct answer is it is celecoxib. Next question is Dolo is the brand name of. Whether Dolo is the brand name of aspirin, diclofenac, paracetamol or Zulindac, the Dolo is a very famous brand which contains paracetamol. Next question is endomethacin contains dash heterocycle. Whether it contains pyrrole, whether it contains indole, whether it contains imidazole or whether it contains benzimidazole. So as the name suggests, it is endo, so it contains endole. Endole acetic acid derivative. Next question is dash is used in treatment of gout. Gout is nothing but a severe kind of arthritis. So gout treatment, which of the major drug amongst these? Ibuprofen, endomethacin, phenylbutazone or naproxen? The correct answer is it is phenylbutazone. Next question is dash is enolic acid derivative. Now, as per the classification, enolic acid derivatives are also known as oxycam derivatives. The options are indole, pyroxycam, diclofenac, or mefenamic acid. The correct answer is it is pyroxycam. Another example is tenoxycam. Next question is phenylbutazone contains dash heterocycle. Now, as the name suggests, phenylbutazone from the classification, it belongs to pyrazolone derivatives. That means it contains pyrazole heterocycle. But pyrazole is the unsaturated form and pyrazolidine is the saturated form. So, phenylbutazone is the derivative of pyrazolidine dione. Two ketones are present on the pyrazolidine ring. So, the correct answer is it contains pyrazolidine heterocycle. Next question is example of NaCIDs among these is whether it is morphine, whether it is aspirin, whether cortisone or naloxone. The correct answer is it is aspirin, because non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug means they will produce again the pain suppression, but the mechanism is basically they will not act like steroids. They are different than steroids. In what respect? They are having comparatively less side effects of that of steroids. So the correct example is it is aspirin, as well as they don't contain any steroidal nucleus. Next question is abbreviation of NaCID is whether it is narcotic steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, whether it is narcotic substance and inotropic drugs, whether it is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or it is non-steroidal and inflammatory drugs. The correct answer is the full form is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Next question is which NaCID is associated with Reyes syndrome in children? Now, Reyes syndrome is the condition where it specifically targets the children. It can occur at any age, but it specifically targets the children, and that too who had recent viral infections such as chickenpox, flu, etc. In such children, aspirin will cause Reyes syndrome because of the inhibition of fatty acid metabolism in the liver. The correct answer is it is aspirin. And aspirin is the NaCID which is associated with the Reyes syndrome. Next question is dash is an antidote for acetaminophen overdose. Whether it is N-acetylcysteine, naloxone, disulfiram or nalorphine. The correct answer is it is N-acetylcysteine, which is injected intravenously to act as an antidote for acetaminophen overdose. That is paracetamol, which is responsible for causing the major side effects such as liver toxicity or hepatotoxicity. Drugs associated with the hepatic toxicity is drug associated among these is whether it is diclofenac, indomethacin, acetaminophen or aspirin. So just now we discussed that paracetamol, which is also known as acetaminophen, is associated with the hepatic toxicity. So the correct answer is it is acetaminophen. Next question is which is the predominant form of cyclooxygenase enzyme? Whether it is COX-1, COX-2, COX-3 or COX-4. The predominant form is COX-1, that is cyclooxygenase 1, which is also known as housekeeping enzyme. Cyclooxygenase. The next question is mechanism of action of NaCID is dash. Whether they inhibit the release and synthesis of prostaglandin? Yes. Whether they inhibit the COX enzyme? Yes, it is also possible. Both of them or none of them? The correct answer is it is both of them, because as far as the mechanism of action is concerned, when an inflammatory response is there, during that inflammatory response, arachidonic acid from the cell phospholipid is converted to prostaglandin and thromboxanes with the help of these COX enzyme. So, when arachidonic acid is converted to prostaglandin with the help of COX enzyme, this COX also should be inhibited along with prostaglandin release and synthesis also should be inhibited. Why? Because prostaglandin induce or responsible for causing inflammation through number of biological indicators like 5-HT, bradykinin, etc. And this prostaglandin are further concerned in the or they produce pain, inflammation, etc. So to overcome this, prostaglandins should be stopped. So their release should be stopped as well as their synthesis can be stopped or inhibited. And the COX enzymes by the mechanism such as drugs which are preferential COX-2 inhibitors and drugs which are preferential COX-2 inhibitors are there and selective COX-2 inhibitors are there. That means selectively acting on COX-2 and preferentially acting on COX-2. So with both these mechanisms, NSAIDs can act. This is the major mechanism which is different than that of steroids, and along with it, it is having less side effects also compared to steroids. One which is involved in the household activities. So with this we finish with few of the MCQs which are possible on the analgesics and NSAIDs. Thank you.